God damn it! You finally did it to me on air. I'm just
this warms my heart that there's been a very not a terribly mean joke, but just like a low level nice jab joke. It's great
every time.
20 years.
Is our favorite Jonah, ladies and gentlemen, Jonah Ray.
Oh, people were so excited. Like, maybe I missed the other times. Jonah Bobo was on the show. We all know Jonah Bobo, the little kid from Zathura. But nice All Real Monsters movie there. Good.
This is my tribute to your recent post about being stopped in Guitar Center. So, yeah.
I mean, everyone, if you've ever been to Guitar Center, you have someone stopping you for something. For a guy, it's a real mundane thing that might make you feel old. For a woman, it's probably just condescension. So everyone has
typically yes.
Yeah.
And I'm just glad that I just happened to have this in my wardrobe. I was waiting for the moment to wear it, and this is the moment. So,
but how you have to just do this the whole time. It is nice though, because everyone will be like, "What's your thing?" And then you have a move to do.
Yeah. Been practicing all day. I tucked them in anyway. Well, welcome back. We're gonna get right into it. We are very jealous. We know recently you got to see Weird Al twice, 2 nights in a row. Can you confirm?
Yes, I can confirm. I went and saw his the ill-advised Vanity Tour, which is all of it. He just does originals. Which when he did this show the first time a few years back, I remember when he announced it, I was like, this is the show I've been waiting for. Because if you've seen Weird Al, more than a couple times, it's the show doesn't change that much. It's if there's a new album, he'll play the bigger songs off of it. But it's he has the videos and the costume changes and the bits in the videos, all the kind of stuff. But this one just feels like, some dudes that have been playing funny music for 40 years, just hanging out on stage and playing and being funny between. And so it was great. I got tickets for both nights. And it was just, and Emo Phillips opened up doing stand-up, and he's just such a brilliant comedian. Everyone thinks of him as just a kind of a character comic, but I think he might be on par, even, I might say better than the likes of Stephen Wright, but he should be heralded as such when it comes to joke writing abilities. But yes, long answer. Yes, I saw him 2 nights in a row, and he did different sets both nights. The first night he did a cover of Cinnamon Girl by Neil Young. It was great.
And so for you, what was the song that brought the house down?
Brought the house down. I mean, so for the second night, it was definitely when he did Albuquerque off of Running with Scissors, which is a 12-minute track. And you never really think he's going to do the thing that he does on the album where he loses his place in the story and then the song starts over. He does that, and it's so that was in the first night. I would say, I mean, it's for me, the one that because Everything You Know Is Wrong is one of my favorite songs of his, and he played that one, and he did Nature Trail to Hell, which was there was a bunch of stuff that was just I was yes. And there was one song, and this is I'm confident enough as a fan to say this, when he played Craigslist, the style parody of the Doors. I use that as a break to go to the bathroom, get another beer. Because I hate the Doors, even if you're making fun of them.
Wow, noted. Okay, all right. Sounds good.
But
I'm super jealous. I've owned all of his cassette tapes when they were just cassette tapes, and have never gotten to see him live. And I'm just that's part of my dream.
You gotta go. I think the tour's headed east after this, or did he already hit? Yeah, you should definitely go, because it's this is the show you want to see, because he won't do it every time, and it's most likely at a theater as opposed to a because he does fairs mostly, but I say go to. Here's my fun, because I am a showbiz person. I like to brag here and there about about things that I get to experience, because I am still a fan of it. But he does this bit for the encore, they thank you, good night. But then the way they have their lighting rig, it's you can see both like it's not at the edge of the stage where like, you know, the curtains come in. So like they can get out, and then the band kind of starts fiddling with their gear and kind of like sitting down and talking, and everyone's like cheering for like the encore. And then Al kind of just goes off to the side and just kind of pulls out his phone. And like it's like a text, and someone comes up to him and is like, "Do you want to?" Like you see them like miming, "Do you want?" And like he's like, "I don't want." Like this is a very funny bit, but like I saw him do it the first night, and like I crack it up super hard, and then I was ready for it. I wanted to film it on my phone for the second night, just so I could show my friend who wasn't able to go, and like while I'm filming it, you know, like Al like on his phone. I get a text from Al saying like, it's like, "How's the show going?" And I was like, "Well, that's yeah." Yeah, I started to cry. I ate my phone. I shit it out. I kept
what a
filming.
process! Oh my god!
Yeah. I thought that was such a fucking beautiful moment.
Life accomplished.
Yeah. Lucky guy.
Whew. Wow. So kind of in that same vein, we'd love to know your thoughts about seeing Daniel Radcliffe as Weird Al in the upcoming biopic. I
mean, I cannot confirm nor deny that I appear in the movie, but I happen to be on set maybe a couple days, and seeing Daniel Radcliffe as Weird Al is perfect. He actually learned the accordion a little bit, like, so between takes he was able to like play like another one rides the bus, another one bites the dust, you know, like he was able to kind of be a very rudimentary, but like still it's a complicated instrument.
That's really cool.
Because it's like on one side it's like a, you know, fucking piano, on the other side it's like an old-timey computer from the 70s.
That's a really good way to describe that.
But he was super sweet and super funny. Like it's like he's like nailing, like doing the timbre of his voice, but not like too much of an exaggeration. Feels like a nice, just kind of like version of it. And it's he was doing a good job, and he's also ripped, which is wild.
I love a ripped Weird Al. So
yeah, just there's like in the trailer, there's just like seeing with his shirt on. I was just like, "Come on, Potter, this is wild." And again, just because this is the show I feel comfortable doing this stuff at. He, I saw him on one day, and then I saw him another day, and on the second day, which was like a couple weeks later, he was like, "Oh, hey, Jonah." It's like, I can't believe I didn't recognize you the other week. Like, I just want to say I'm a huge Mystery Science Theater fan. And so when you meet enough like celebrities, they could be very much like they have the same brains as like politicians or like, you know, like huge like entrepreneur business people, where they'll kind of like have enough brain space to like learn something about everybody, and just kind of so they could just go like, you know, oh, like it's, you know, hey, love that thing, great, ooh, you, yeah, it's like, and you kind of just feel seen, and you feel very kind of like, you're like, oh wow, that person's great. It's just a skill they have. It's not like I don't think it's Machiavellian in any way. I think it's just a thing. So I kind of just said, oh, thanks, man, because, you know, that's like the response I would give, not thinking about it. And then he's like, I have to ask you. And they started asking like questions about like specific movies. Like was asking about Mac and Me. He was asking about like Carnival Magic. And like, I was like, oh, you actually do like the show. Okay. Yeah.
I think we may be all in agreement here that Weird Al would totally be a Hufflepuff, like,
yes,
right? Like,
yeah. He would have to be.
Yeah.
But, I don't know.
Because
here's the thing, and I'm not too well versed on the details of it. Yeah. But like Weird Al does have a super dark sense of humor.
Okay.
Which isn't necessarily
shocking.
So it's like Slytherin Rising. Like
I got my Slytherin rising. See, I almost wanted to puke because I just referenced the Doors.
You sure did. You just did. Nobody saw it. It's okay.
Good.
But one of the other things we wanted to ask you about, which we think is so cool, is you are performing at Fest this year.
Yeah. Long time coming on that one. I like Fest is something that I've known about. I mean, it's this 20th year they're doing it. I've known about it for so long. It's like the ultimate punk rock festival. And I mean, it's funny that it's like we say 20 years, and then you look at a lot of the bands on this label. You're like, it's like, so it's the same bands from 20 years ago.
Yeah, weird.
But I mean, they're all still playing and they're all still great. But like, I'm on this show, and like I was supposed to be on it a couple times, like me and the guy, like we tried to figure it out, but timing wise was always bad. And then like he asked if I wanted to do stand up on it this year, and I told him I'm just like I'm not really doing stand up anymore. I don't really like maybe I'll do it again one day. I'm just not into it right now. And so like I was like, but thanks. And then he responded. He's like, well, would you want to do your punk rock Weird Al songs like as a set at like the end to end out the comedy show? And I said, sure. Like, can we get a couple bucks so we could like fly out some band members? And he's like, not really, because it's already you're slotted for the comedy budget, which is always like per person. He's like, but I mean, here's the lineup. Do you know any of these people and these bands? Like, maybe you could put together a little super group. We'll give you some time during the day.
That'd be
prior. And like, so it's still up in the air, a lot of things, but like, I mean, a lot of my friends are playing, a lot of my favorite bands. Look at me, like anyone from like FYP or Toys That Kill, I could get, because those are like my old San Pedro friends. I actually auditioned for Toys That Kill in the year 2001 as to be their drummer, and I did not get it. And but there's like, I mean, Into It Over It. I mean, like, look at this lineup. I mean, Avail's going to be playing. Like Avail, I like never got to see Avail when they were around. They're one of my favorite bands.
Cursive, holy shit!
Cursive. Actually, Tim from Cursive actually like played with me doing the Weird Al set earlier this year or maybe last year in San Pedro. Yeah, he's a good dude.
Oh my god!
But yeah, so it's like it should be fun. I'm like I'm gonna be exhausted. I should probably just stop drinking now to prep for it.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. And I'll just listen to the song Gainesville by Dillinger 4 the whole way there, which is a song about that show. So I'm super excited. Like it's like I can't believe it's like I get to go to this one and get to play it, because that's always a nice thing. And I'm sure you too like kind of have that feeling too when you go to a place like as like you're involved in the thing, because it's like we went to things as fans for so long, but then when you kind of get to go to it to also work it, it's like it's such an elevated feeling. Yeah, it's just like very nice. And then and plus you have like badges and you don't have to worry about it and hang out with all the normies.
Oh man, that's gonna be so cool.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that.
Well, also in that vein, do you have tips or tricks for people attending festivals?
You know what? I will say this now as a guy turning 40 on August 3rd. Hydrate.
Hydrate, y'all.
Yeah, it's like it's so wild. I got like a last minute free ticket. Like my buddy like wasn't able to go to this show that happened in Pasadena over in LA called Cruel World. And it was this massive like 80s goth fest, like just like super close to my house. It's like, so I got to see, God, I mean, like if someone could look it up, there was like too many like bands to even, but like I got to see like Public Image Limited, Blondie, I
saw you were hanging out with Reggie Watts, right?
Reggie was there. I've known Reggie for years and years. So like we ran into each other there, and like and it was just this incredible like show. And like, but it was like I went like kind of as like it was the first festival I've been to in so long, like as an adult person. And like I like remembered to bring a bottle of water that I could refill, and I was like just constantly anytime like walking between bands to go to another stage or something like that, like I was able to fill up like the water, like it's like, and I felt fine. I felt fine the whole day, as opposed to like that fatigue that starts to set in. You're like, what's happening? Why I should just go get another tall boy of Miller Lite. That'll probably do it.
Always. Smart. I respect that so much. Yeah, water. Oh my God.
That's the one thing that'll save your life. I mean, just look at Woodstock 99. Like things, all the disasters that could have been avoided.
We don't talk
about
Woodstock 99.
I know.
Oh my
God. It's
God.
almost hacked now too. Like,
I was gonna say, I feel like this is the most like adult conversation I've ever had. We're just talking about H2O, but it's so important. Like it's so important. Oh man.
Yeah. But, it's also like even if we were talking about the band, the hardcore band H2O, it would still be an old person adult conversation.
Fair. Well, to pivot a little bit, we're gonna go out of order here a little bit because we don't have you forever. We have a visual gift for you.
An
So,
NFT?
yeah, actually, sure, it can be. Well, what do you do? Mint it? I don't know anything about NFTs. Okay, so you tweeted, and I'm going to quote you on this tweet. I want a Temple of Doom Harrison Ford body. And so Jonah Ray, we present to you with a Temple of Doom
Hey,
body. Here
perfect.
it is. It's,
See,
I think it's an NFT.
it's the, it's those ripples right there, like the collarbone, like the 3 collarbones going into the breastplate, and then just that arm. Look at that arm.
It's a great arm. Great arm.
My favorite part of this whole picture, though, is your complete lack of emotion.
Yeah, why are you so angry?
Well, okay, I just had to save a bunch of children from slavery, and this guy's still trying to stop me because of his magic stones. I think you'd be a little angry too. Okay?
Fair. Very fair. I mean, okay. Yeah. I
those
think
are some real
that's
dead eyes. You're right.
Now the mustache too, it kind of ties everything together. So
yes, yeah. It's the mix of Tom Selleck and Harrison Ford that the movie always needed.
So how do we, like, I don't know much about crypto, but what is it, like 0.001 Ethereum? If you guys want to start the bidding in the chat,
yes.
I guess that's how it works.
Yes.
This can be yours.
The winner will, who's able to even explain it to us, will get it.
Yeah,
I'll bet they might have already done a screen grab or right-clicked it or whatever.
I'm sure.
And it's already gone. It's already gone.
That's it.
Yeah.
Sorry, the end. All right. Well, there's that for you. Congratulations. Okay, so to pivot back, of course, we wanted to talk about the new season of MST3K, which is airing on the Gizmoplex, which is so freaking cool. What can you tell us about this season and favorite episodes, memories
Yeah. I mean, it was crowdfunded. We did another Kickstarter, beat the record for our last Kickstarter, which was like the kind of record break of the time, which is wild and felt good. It felt good as someone, I was like not a known quantity for the franchise when I was announced originally, but like to have like a ton of new people find the show on Netflix and still want to see more of me on the show and like what the show would become was like really, really, really nice. And so I really loved it. It was like really get back to its DIY roots, for better or worse. There was like it was super tiny compared to last time. We did have to do it at different times in multiple locations. Like we had to do some to get around the tour that the new cast and crew were going on. So it's like there was a bit of like complication with scheduling and stuff like that. So we had to be on a green screen, kind of have like a standing set. But like whatever, it's like the show itself is it's the perfect joke machine. It's just a delivery service for just nonstop jokes and so that's kind of what we really wanted to focus on, was just having the sketches be silly and having the the riffs be funny. And it was great, being able to also direct the episodes of the new crew and make sure they felt taken care of. And because this could be overwhelming, I would know, it's like you can kind of feel, you can get in your head because you're like, well, someone on the show has never said it like this, or this is never done and you're like, it doesn't matter what's preceded it. It just matters how you feel comfortable as a performer. And so that was very fulfilling to me to be able to kind of go and, help this crew. Like it's like Emily, the new host, her episodes have been so fun. She's so funny and so dry and dark in like weird ways that are very unexpected. And Connor McGiffin, who's doing Tom Servo, is just so silly. It might be one of my favorite Tom Servos. The way he's able to move Tom Servo, I've never seen. He's not like a puppeteer either. He's just a guy that learned it from doing the tour. But just the way he moves Servos, you see him moving and dancing. You're like, I know he's plastic, but he seems to wiggle a bit more and have a bit more rhythm. And then Kelsey Ann Brady, who's a great puppeteer, and she's works a lot like Universal and Disney World down in Florida. But she she came in and she's doing her take on Crow. Is kind of like a bit different because it is a kind of almost a cartoony voice, which is kind of rare for any of the bots to have that stuff. But her energy and attitude and her puppetry are so good. And it's just one of those things where people have to kind of just get used to it. And that's all it is. It's like, everyone's like, I remember people when they heard it for the first time when her episode came out, everyone was like, it's bad. And I was like, it's not bad. It's different. It's like, and immediately after their second episode came out, people were like, I think she's getting better. It's like, no, she's doing this. We shot those on the same day, dude. It's like, you just are getting different. You are coming around to it, which is such a, I think when we see that in other people, I think it's always super important to like understand that about ourselves. It's like, just give yourself a moment. Just give yourself in your brain a little bit of space before you say something stupid. Yeah.
Change is okay, you know? Like,
yeah.
it's fine. Yeah.
Just accept it. It's, the world's constantly changing. No one, like, it's like, when a leaf falls in the fall, I was like, what? Okay, what? So now leaves are falling and not growing. I mean, come on.
Not to a Floridian, because I don't know what leaves falling is.
I don't. I mean, I'm from Hawaii, so you and me are the same. But yeah, I'm from Hawaii to Los Angeles, so I've lived in an endless summer, just like
seasons.
Yeah, rain and more rain,
and hot.
Yeah. But we have the trade winds, blowing in from the water.
What's wind?
Wind.
Wind.
Yeah. So to super pivot, and we're trying to make this fast so we can make sure we get through everything. Let us briefly, because this is very important, talk about everyone's mutual love for Kids in the Hall.
Oh, come on. That new season.
Right.
I'm saving the last episode. I still haven't watched the last episode because I don't want it to be over.
I haven't either. We haven't seen the last 2 episodes.
Yeah.
But don't make it end.
Yeah, it's
more wieners.
Yeah, I love that. That's like how they come out the gate. They open up with and like my friend, I was like, we were texting and like he's like, I'm about to watch the new, because I was like, me too. And then like I just like watching it, and then I just get a text from him. He's like, Kevin McDonald's got a weird wiener.
Are we surprised?
No, like it's like that would have to happen for someone to have that, like, to be that guy, but it's so, I don't know. And like I think Dave Foley is like on fire like he's never been before. And maybe just because he got sober, I don't know.
I just got to do a panel for him a couple weeks ago.
Oh, that's right. I saw you post that. That's awesome.
Oh my! But everyone the entire time was just like, he knows that she's seen him naked. I'm like, it is what it is. What do you want from me?
Yeah. Yeah, it's oh man. But to be fair, I would have liked to see Scott naked. I mean, that's just like he's aged. We're not gonna get into the vanity, and we're not gonna comment so much on their looks. I've already commented on my friend saying about the weird dick and all, but like, but Scott, and also Scott had cancer, and he looks the best out of all of them.
But I do love Dave's comments like, "Am I still the cute one?
Am I still the cute one?" Like, no.
Oh, well, I think he's so cute. I love the gray hair.
He'll always be the cute one to me.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's so awesome. I love that they're like still doing their thing, and like I'm so excited to see what's next. Like,
yeah,
more.
It's like and I'm glad it's like yeah, exactly. I remember like when it first started too. Like when the episode first started, I was getting very upset at them for how much they were dumping on brain candy, which is like, I love brain candy. And I was just like, it's just like, no, it was a terrible movie. I was just like, shut up.
What do you know?
What do you know?
Yeah,
I saw it in the theater.
Did you really?
Yeah, it played for one night at the College Art House Theater that was next to University of Manoa, or University of Hawaii Manoa. And so like it was on a weeknight too. So me and my friend had to like convince his mom to drive us. She's like, why do you got to go to the other side of the island just for a movie? See it over here. See it this weekend. We're like, we can't. It's like, what kind of movie just plays for one night?
The best kind.
Yeah.
Well, heck yeah. All right. We're going to pivot again. There's so much pivoting, Jonah. Destroy All Neighbors. Let's talk about it with Alex Winter. Please.
Yes. So years ago, maybe five years ago, maybe at this point, I don't know, like this, very funny director guy, does a lot of commercials and stuff like that, named Josh Forbes, reached out to me. He's like, hey, I got this script I wrote with a writer buddy of mine. We want you to be the lead in it. And I was like, yes, of course. And, we kind of did a pass on it. I did a punch up on the script, and we kind of showed it around, showed to our friends that might have been producers, and like nothing ever really happened. And then me and Josh we're like, let's work on it a little bit more. And then then life happens, and this, that, and, the other thing. And all of a sudden, it was during the pandemic. I'm watching Bill and Ted Part 3, and there's a scene in a prison where they're in these amazing prosthetics, and and like, you know, Alex is like playing this, you know, well, do it with a mustache and all buff, and like, and that's kind of like the, you know, the villain in the Destroy All Neighbors, this movie that we're doing for Shudder, is like it's like prosthetic, because it's like we want to make it a throwback to the like practical effects splatter comedy stuff, you know, of like Evil Dead and even his old movie Freaked and stuff like that. So that's kind of the idea behind the whole thing. I was like, man, what if we asked Alex Winter to do it? And I had kind of become friends with him because we had an office like on the same street in South Pasadena, and like he DM'd me one day going like, it's like, hey, I've recognized you on the street. Like, do you know, like, and like we just became buds, and I sent him the materials, and he said, oh, I can't be in a movie. Thanks, I appreciate it. Like, I'm so busy right now. All the docs are really taking up so much time, and then the next day he called me to thank me again and to reiterate that he couldn't do it. Maybe he could help out a bit with like a, you know, punch up or something like that, but can't do it. Next day he called me again. And he's like, thanks me again for, you know, asking him to do it, but he can't, but maybe he can come on as a producer. And then by Friday he's like, all right, I'll do it. I'll play the guy. I'll come on as a producer. And then we, you know, sold it eventually to Shudder, which is exciting because I love that. Yeah. So I'm very excited about that. Yeah. It's like, you know, the thing I've been trying to, you know, lean towards like since I moved out here, not necessarily like, you know, genre stuff, even though I love horror and I love being in horror. It's, you know, like my favorite genre to watch and stuff like that, but just to like, you know, come up with movies, make the movies. I don't need them to be big. It's like the whole reason for me moving out here was to like make stuff with like, you know, friends and like make a movie, finish it up, put it on a shelf, move on to the next one. Not like, you know, go around town pitching a TV show and then like, you know, having someone go, well, how can this last 1 million seasons then? You know, it's like, story shouldn't.
Yeah. Well, heck yeah. I'm so excited. Love Shudder. We don't necessarily have to, well, okay. I was going to say, you're going to Joe Bob's Jamboree.
I'm going to the Joe Bob Jamboree in Memphis. I think it's next weekend.
It's the second weekend in July, I believe.
Yeah, I should get some more merch made.
Yeah,
make the trip worth it. Yeah, so, but I'm very excited. I'm going to be, like Darcy reached out and she's like, would you want to do this? I was like, sure. And so like I have to have like a table, which, so they're selling pictures or whatever. It's a weird experience, being at a table, but like I'll put up with it for Joe Bob and Darcy. But then like one of the nights, like the guy who does the music for Joe Bob's show is like doing like his band's playing at like one of the drive-in theater events they're doing, and then he's like, would you want to like come up and do like a couple of your Weird Al songs? So like that'll be super fun. Yeah. And they, like, he already sent me like, he's like, here, our band practice it. And I was like, I didn't even send him. It's not like they're complicated songs. I'm not like trying to, but like he like sent it. I was like, yeah, sounds spot on, perfect. And then I'm going to be riffing on a movie on the Sunday night, a movie that I cannot divulge what it is, but it might star somebody within the, Joe Bob universe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Got the gears going.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm probably very wrong. Okay.
It might involve a hog.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. So before we go into the game, because we've got to release you back into the wild, Jonah. Obviously, right now, one of the biggest shows on Netflix, Stranger Things, right? And everyone's talking about their Vecna song. So what song would pull you out of the Upside Down?
Ooh. It's not a very funny answer. It's just like
it doesn't have to be funny.
Time to Move On by Tom Petty off of Wildflowers. And then it's like just the way it chugs, and it's just like, it's like time to get up, time to get going. What lies ahead, I have no way of knowing. But under my feet, babe, grass is growing. Time to get up, time to get going. So it's like, that seems like, because the way it kind of churns, it's very quiet and very luring, I think. And so that would be be it for me. Or Cotton Eye Joe by Rednecks.
Okay.
One of those.
I have to go.
Do you want to do Danica? This is Danica's.
No. Did you seriously? Really? Did you just scatman me on the air? I will kill you.
This is a running gag, Jonah, that Danica and I have had for about 20 years now.
Yeah.
Nice.
God damn it! You finally did it to me on air. This
warms my heart that there's been a very not a terribly mean joke, but just like a low level nice jab joke. It's great
every time.
20 years.
We'll text each other and I'll be like, hey, Danica, I have a question about the stream tonight. Can I just call you real quick? And she's like, yeah. We're like, we get each other at least once a month.
Yeah.
I can't even.
Sometimes it's even better when our husbands will call each other.
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't want Heather to know that I'm calling about this thing, but I have this question for her birthday.
Have you ever heard it's a Penn Jillette story about the parsley amongst magicians?
No.
So it's there's a whole thing, I guess, magicians have always, if multiple magicians are all having dinner together or something like that, when there's parsley, it's all about just trying to put it on someone else's plate or put it on someone else just without them knowing. It's all the sleight of hand stuff and whatnot. And and everyone's kind of doing this and everyone knows it's happening. And so they're all kind of just keeping an eye on each other. And apparently they were so weary because if you got it, you had no having to pick up the tab or something like that. There was some kind of thing like that. And so everyone's kind of working. But apparently in the way the story goes is that a car loses control and slams into another part of the restaurant and no one moves a muscle because they don't want to get the parsley.
Oh, because it's just a really clever distraction.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Teller probably did this.
I feel like, Danica, we need to add, not that we're sleight of hand magicians, but
yes, that's the most sleight of hand.
Can you tell what I am doing? I look like I'm raving. Okay, so we have our game for you. It's our game of Would You Rather. You've played it before. You've done great. So this one's no different. I think you're going to do wonderful again. If you want to tell us why you picked something, that's fine. If not, that is fine too. Well, Miss Danica, you want to do the first one?
Oh, all right. Well, would you rather join a Kids in the Hall basketball team or play doubles tennis with Kumail versus Joe Bob and Darcy?
Wow. Okay, hold on. Is there money on the table for the tennis match?
No, it's funsies.
It's funsies? Okay, cool. So I would join a basketball team with the Kids in the Hall. And I'll tell you why. It seems fun. I don't know, Mark would be my biggest rival there because we're both super tall. In that, but I would be scared of Bruce because he seems like a guy that would check you constantly. And you could easily kind of juke around Kevin. But with the doubles tennis with Kumail, it's if there was money on the table and I was with Kumail, I would play because I have a feeling that Joe Bob, love him, he's an older guy. Darcy seems stoned most of the time, so and I know Kumail is is such a good friend of mine, but he is one of the most competitive guys I've ever known. Okay. And so I know he would force us to win by his sheer will. I wouldn't even have to do anything. I mean, just like when we were hosting the Meltdown, he would just, if the ball was coming towards my side, he would just run up and hit the ball in front of me. I wouldn't even have to do anything, and get all the laughs or points or whatever it is.
Having Brooklyn Nine-Nine flashbacks, it's fine.
Yeah.
I want to see both of these things happen, so I'm just hoping that they both do.
Yes.
Okay, here's the next one. Would you rather? Ooh, okay. So
something seems wrong about these pictures.
Your face isn't on them.
But these are from Raiders, so never mind. They look fun.
These are Raiders. Would you rather run away from a giant boulder one time a day, or have to spend 6 hours a day in a snake pit?
Well, okay. Do I know when the giant boulder's coming, or is it random?
No. You don't know.
Okay. I'll have to. I'll do this 6 hours a day in a snake pit. I find once I get good at it, it'll be relaxing because it's giving me an opportunity to work on my breath work.
Yes.
Calm down, bring the heart rate down, resting heart rate down, stuff like that. And also, it would just be like a long meditation.
Right.
Long meditation, just almost
do some yoga.
Yeah. Well, I probably wouldn't move too much.
Okay.
You'd make
but
a
then,
lot.
But then if you saw that last Fantastic Beast, I would just start doing the limbic walk for them and just kind of have them.
The crab.
Yeah, exactly.
Done. Great answer.
Yeah.
Okay, so far so good.
All right, great. So next, would you rather do a buddy cop movie with Jonah Hill or do a Western movie with Ray Romano?
You know what? I don't think I could ever compare to Channing Tatum to be a buddy cop with Jonah Hill. I can see the poster now, though. It would be like Jonah in real big letters, and then another smaller Jonah underneath it. And it wouldn't say our last names, but everyone would know. But I've seen Ray Romano do stand up in real life. Kumail, when we were doing the Meltdown, and Kumail and Emily were working on The Big Sick, he became friends with Ray, and Ray came and did a set at our show, and it was so funny and so nice. And I think he's also an incredible actor. He's done some great work. He has a couple scenes in The Big Sick that are amazing, but he also had that show, Men of a Certain Age. But I'd love to do a Western with Ray Romano. And then I could just I could play this kid. I don't know what it is.
That was great.
Yeah.
Okay.
One time, me, Deanna, Emily, Kumail were driving down to San Diego because Kumail and I were doing a show down there, and we're all just driving together, make a trip out of it. And Kumail and I just got to a bit in the car of just doing dueling Romanos. It was like, oh boy, who's on first? What's on second? And then Deanna still brings it up where she's like, one day you guys have to do that. Just go and do an entire hour on stage as dueling Romanos.
I love it. I feel like that should be the premise of the Western.
Yeah, right? Yeah. It's Unforgiven. It's two Ray Romanos that have to go kill another Ray Romano.
Yeah. Oh, I
he
love it.
Scraped up another Ray Romano's face. It's a world of Romanos.
It is. It's the Romano-verse. It's great. Okay, here's the next one.
No.
Would you rather have a roast battle with Kyle Keenan or have a roast battle with Weird Al?
Yeah, I've been friends with Kyle for so long. And even I just directed his latest comedy special, and I would never win. Like I did, I know we like each other. I know we're friends, but the dude is a wizard with words, especially when he wants to be punchy and mean. And I have a hard time, really, because it's when I try to jokingly be mean, it comes off super truthful, and it seems to hurt. So I try not to engage in that too much. He's just too, I think Kyle's just too funny for me to do that. But with Weird Al, I think it would be a fun ribbing between friends who are only growing closer.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll set it up. Okay.
But yeah, have you heard of this other show, Boast Rattle?
No.
It's they started doing this show. I think Alex Hooper is a comic out here that does it. They'll do it certain nights at the Comedy Store, but it's they call it Boast Rattle, where the comics have to boast each other up and compliment each other, but in the same form as roast jokes.
I am obsessed with that.
Yeah. It's supposedly super fun and stupid because it's just just go Danica is such a nice person that when you ask if she needs a ride to the airport, she says, "Don't worry about it."
Wow.
It's dumb stuff like that.
Oh my God, I'm going.
It's true. She will give you that ride to the airport. So props to Danica. Okay. Next one.
I just saw real quick, just a side note, the MST3K the comment, Jonah heard me verbally once. He said hello, but it was how he said hello. And it's because I said it hello.
Or maybe you said it like Ray Romano. I don't know. So.
Hello. Oh, gee, hi or something. I don't know.
Oh, good Lord. Oh, God. All right.
I can hear my husband laughing in the other room. Okay. Go ahead, Danica.
Vomitous. Would you rather eat a banana pizza or a ketchup waffle?
Oh,
and also nice spelling of banana.
Banana. That's a great old Demetri Martin joke. He's like, banana is a tricky word to spell because you could so easily get carried away. It's like banana. B-A-N-A-N-A-N-A-N-A. It's in the Philippines, they have banana sauce, which is one of their biggest selling condiment. I've had it. It's not good. For my palate. For you. But do love bananas and pizza. But you know what? Ketchup waffle, I'm going to go for because waffles, as we found out from the waffle dogs and such, waffles can be savory. So a ketchup waffle just sounds like a delightful treat to me.
done. Wow. Okay. And
Really
if you
won
wanna
that one.
if you want to try banana sauce, they have it at Jollibee's. I don't know whether people have Jollibee's for them, but try it out. You might like it.
Get a juicy yum burger, a chicken joy. They also have like a spam slider sandwich that I would that's really good.
We are not sponsored. All right. They're going to clip that for the commercial, Jonah. Thanks.
Yeah,
all right.
yeah.
Here's the next one. But no. Would you rather travel the world with Jeff Goldblum or travel with Richard Ayoade?
Ayoade. So I mean, Richard Ayoade is, I mean, he's a perfect human. He's a legend, like just not only as a writer and just a comedic actor, but both of his movies are super great. You know, Submarine is awesome, and The Double is such a underappreciated movie. But the thing is, it's like having seen him on his own travel show or
that's why I asked.
Or any of his anytime he shows up with something, it's he's very persnickety. He's very he doesn't seem to want to have a good time. Jeff Goldblum would be find some jazz club in the bottom level of a pyramid in Egypt, and he'd be like, yeah, maybe we should go see some jazz or something like that. You know?
Okay, I love that. That's actually the plot for the next season of Moon Knight. It's you on the jazz club at the bottom of a pyramid. Crazy.
That's perfect.
Spoiler. Okay. So what's your pick?
Oh, it's Jeff Goldblum.
It's Jeff.
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not sure if you heard the term subterranean pyramid jazz club.
Yeah, I sure did.
But,
Okay.
Yeah. It's mine.
All right, we got two more.
Shoot, Jollibee just bought the rights to the name.
All right, Danica, this one's you.
Oh God, would you rather only cover Pitbull songs? Oh God, at best, or only cover Limp Bizkit songs?
Oh man. Well, what's a Pitbull's? They're Pitbull. Ball pit. What's a Pitbull song? I know it. He has one huge one, right?
Really? That's how they all go.
Okay, yeah.
305.
He owns all of the southern tip of Florida, right?
That's correct. He's our mayor.
Yes, yeah. I feel I could. I don't like Limp Bizkit. I don't know if it's an age thing or I was listening to hard music and hip hop separately, and I love the Judgment Night soundtrack. But there was something. There was something very bro-y about Limp Bizkit when they came out that I didn't like. It just kind of. It felt like I was like, who are these guys sneaking in? Mainly that I just direct this at Fred Durst. Who is this jock sneaking into the hard music world undetected? You know, he's since shown that he is a weirdo, and it's you can't really, he was just a guy that was just trying to fit in and exist in a world, and wanted to do a thing, and he let Wes Borland be he's listen, man, I can't look like a rock and roller. You're gonna have to be as weird as possible all the time.
What was his name? Monkey or something? No, that's Korn.
That's I don't know. I think it was just Wes Borland is everyone
the white. Oh yeah, it's.
But he would always have a different thing, right? He would always kind of, and it was always just it's probably it's long ago. It's he's man, these two bands want me to join them as a guitar player. I'll go with Limp Bizkit. Seems like the right way to go. And then the other band was, oh God, now I'm blanking on the name. His name is right behind you. Corey Taylor's band. Why can't I think of the name? Slipknot. I'm sorry. Yeah. I don't know why I completely forgot their name, but and then Slipknot comes out and he's like, oh God, costumes.
Yeah. Darn it.
But Fred Durst has continued to kind of evolve as a person, and it seems
thank goodness.
Yeah. And I was always so excited when the guys from Buddy Head broke into his office at Interscope Records and stole one of his red hats and left shit behind. I think they left Icarus Line CDs behind. And then when he tried to they heard he was going to try and press charges, and so they put it up for like a auction to have all the proceeds go to like a charity.
Yes.
Aww.
That's a way to get around it.
Different events. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but which direction are you going?
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah.
The world needs to know.
Yeah, I'll cover Limp Bizkit songs because just so I can just say big stuff.
Oh, really good.
Big stuff.
Yeah. All right. Well, here's the last one, and I apologize that this is the last one because I feel like we're gonna get an explanation, and I know you have a place to be, but here's the last one. Okay, would you rather be forced to remove all of Nicolas Cage films from existence, or be forced to remove all of Mike Myers films from existence?
This is a terrible would you rather.
It's horrible. It is mean and cruel. Yes.
Well, because I mean, like, it's also like Nick Cage movies like contribute to like I think the vast pantheon of cinema and acting in general. You know, we make a lot of jokes about him, but like it's like he has a very smart reason for every style of performance he goes into. You know, he's well versed in, you know, different kinds of acting from all over the world, and does so much for us as an actor. But like at the same time, like Mike Myers, like was so like he was so like, you know, like comedy like became a bit different when he showed up on SNL. Like it's like I'm not saying that he was like the best cast member, but there was something about him that like popped comedy into or sketch comedy, especially like into this like higher like, you know, pop culture zeitgeist.
How about this? We're not
sorry. It's like a really like it's such a conundrum.
I just want to hear your theories, but you don't actually have to choose. How about that?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's with like Mike Myers, it's like it would just, you know, comedy would be different. And I still haven't seen the Pentaverate. I heard it's some people like it, some people don't, but that's kind of always been
described as a show.
Yeah.
Of all the shows I've ever seen, that's one of them.
That is one of them. Yeah.
Super watchable. Everyone is fantastic in it.
Yeah. It's just that's it's just kind of a little bit of a mess. But like, I mean, you know, like when Austin Powers came out, there was nothing like it was just like a parody, you know, a genre parody, like on a scale that hadn't, you know, really been seen since like, you know, like what the Airplane movies maybe. And to have it just be all based around a character, it's so wild. And then like, but at the same time, one of my favorite comedies is So I Married an Axe Murderer. I think it's so good. I love it. It's so sweet at the same time. It has the silly jokes. It has like he literally mentions the Pentaverate or some version of it, like in his dad character, like you know, the Rockefellers. Like when he's going down all the people who run the world. And it's just, and the music's great. There's like 2 covers of There She Goes in it. Yeah, it's like Charles Grodin shows up, Stephen Wright shows up. You know, it's Nancy Travis at like peak Nancy Travis. Yeah, you can't have her kind of hair in movies anymore. I don't know why. But yeah, just great. It's great. Oh, I'm not going to answer.
Yeah, you don't have to. You don't have to answer. But it is a very mean question. I'm so sorry. When I was like thinking about this yesterday, because I was like, more like the idea of like how different cinema would be with, like you said, it's like these are 2 of the most iconic writers. So you don't have to choose. How about, okay, so you mentioned a favorite Michael Myers movie. How about a favorite Nick Cage movie?
Favorite Nick Cage movie would be Adaptation.
Okay.
I always forget about that one.
Yeah, it's because you get double your Cage, just like when you go to see Moon. If you like Sam Rockwell, watch Moon, you get double your Rockwell. It's just a great, it's a great look at just like how to feel. I mean, one of the sweetest, saddest things was, you know, that whole, when they're in the swamp and he starts talking about like, it's like those, you asked that girl out and then she said no. And then they were making fun of you and you didn't hear him. And it was so embarrassing. He's like, no, I heard him. I just didn't care. She can't take my love for her away. You know, it's like, it doesn't stop me from being who I am. And it's just, it's clearly like Charlie Kaufman, you know, like struggling like with his own like 2 heads of like wanting to be accepted and not wanting to care about being accepted and hoping that would make him accepted. So it's and it's just about like, you know, the madness of just trying to write an empty page. It's just great. You know, it's an incredibly perfect film.
And yeah, I'm with you. But yes,
Oh,
Temple, if we got rid of Wicker Man, there'd be no more bees. And that would be a very sad, weird
Yes.
world as well. But all right. I know we said we'd keep you 30 and it's been more over than that.
But you know, I always have a good time.
Thank you so much. Well, before we do release you back into the world, any final thoughts you want to leave us with here this afternoon, night, wherever time it is, wherever you are?
I just want to say thanks for having me. I think you two do such great work. You know, a lot of people try to do stuff like this and they just kind of go, we'll just, you know, we'll just talk or we'll just do this and it'll be meandering stuff. But you know, the way you two care, along with like, you know, Judah is a great producer. It shows up, and you know, I'm not bragging when I say, like, you know, a lot of people ask me to like do their, you know, stream shows or podcasts and stuff like that, and I normally I'll say yes and then, you know, bail, but like it's like, you know, hate confrontation, but this one is like one I'll always make, you know, time for, because you two are just so funny and so sweet, and it's just like I said, I'm late for the other thing, but it's just it's really great, and I think you do put on a really good show.
Thank you. Well, now that we're gonna cry,
Yep.
That was very sweet of you. Thank you so much. And I say, while we announce our upcoming guests, I'm going to play Scatman very gently in the background. Let's bring it up. Okay, so Thursday we have Jenny. I feel like I'm in like the worst club of all time. Thursday we have Jenny Tolman. Next week we're welcoming back Lucas Rossi. We also have Columbus Presley. We have Chris Value, the singer from Presidents of the United States of America. We also have Zach Good, the new singer from Smash Mouth. We have Ming Chen. We have Shane Told from Silverstein. Bo Bice from American Idol, and so much more. And hopefully we'll have you back again, unless you want to bail, then we'll totally understand. But if we don't see you before, we are so excited for Fest, and hopefully Danica and I can make it down. So
yeah, you guys should just do it like a live Talkulture from Fest.
Maybe we should. I used to do Fest wrestling, so maybe
that's right. Yeah.
And see what we can do. So
yeah,
Let me check my schedule.
But
if you do it, I'll be there.
sounds awesome. All right, guys. Well, we will see you on Thursday. Be safe, everybody.
Bye.